Jelly beans are a funny thing. They're not your typical garden item, but I just fell in love with trying to grow jelly beans as a young kid. Maybe it was Jack and the Beanstalk, reading about the magic beans, and jelly beans are a different color, so they look like they're magic in some ways, and so I guess as a kid, never really grew out of it. Jelly bean growing is kind of a more unique growing situation. It's not your common garden item, the jelly bean. The jelly bean is one of those things to where you have to do some extra work to get it to grow, to get it to produce. You do have to dig individual holes for each jelly bean. I find that if I just scatter the jelly beans, critters find their way into the garden and eat them all up. And by critters, I mean the neighborhood kids. I'm always having to chase them off, because they love a good jelly bean.
Hey, you crazy kids, get out of my jelly bean garden! Get out of my jelly... Get out of here, go on, get!
Second, you kind of have to make sure that you add the extra stuff in the hole with the jelly bean. That's crucial. You don't just add the jelly bean to the hole and cover it back up. There's some stuff that has to go in there with it. One being the espresso bean also has to go in there with the jelly bean. It kind of helps it grow, gives it that kick that it needs. Then you write the jelly bean actually an encouraging note. It can be on a sticky pad piece of paper or whatever kind of note you want to write the jelly bean, just kind of saying, come on jelly bean, you can do this. Then after that you take hot sauce, and that adds so much kick for it, gives it a little motivation to grow. And then you add the first season of Super Friends. I'm not exactly sure why it's that season, but there's lots of stuff in that would motivate that jelly bean to grow and do what it's supposed to. And then after you've added that, you kind of cover your hole, and it's okay if the Super Friends season sticks out. At least you remember where your jelly bean's planted anyways. And then you take some Mountain Dew, secret ingredient, and you water it with Mountain Dew. Can't use typical water because jelly beans hate water. They really do. They just don't like water. But man, do they drink up that Mountain Dew. So you gotta add that, and then you wait. Jelly beans are funny creatures. They don't always grow like you want them to. You do the same thing every year, and sometimes it doesn't. But when it does, it's worth it, because then you can run to all those people who made fun of you and be like, look, I got jelly beans, and you can't have any. Yeah, some people like to come up and point out that jelly beans are made in factories, and why don't you just let them keep doing that, Jason, and why do you keep trying to grow jelly beans? Well, I usually respond to them the same way. Say, your face is made in a factory. It's real sarcastic, so it's like an insult to them. I took what they tried to say to me and I turned it around on them. Jelly beans might just solve all the world's problems if given a chance. I mean, come on now. Look at them. Oh. I think that would have had some dirt in it.